Hey guys, so Terminator 2 is one of the worst sequels I have ever seen. The production values in this movie are so cheap, they're almost early ripoff of Doctor Who set back in the 60s. The performances, the actors, crap, they've got no idea what they're doing. The script is awful, the special effects are crap. The action sequences are just beyond the pale. They just do not compare to anything from modern age cinema. This is a movie to be avoided. It is crap, do not waste your time. I can't even. Hey guys, so I just finished watching Terminator 2 Judgment Day on 4K HDR, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, Edward Furlong, Joe Morton, Robert Patrick, and directed by the one and only James Cameron. This is a case of one of those times when they make a sequel to a really brilliant movie and make it better. It's one of those movies that just surpasses its predecessor in every way. And that's not putting shit on the predecessor. The Terminator is a brilliant movie, one of my all-time favorites, but what they do here, like they do with Alien, they take the concept and ramp it up 110%. Aliens, also done by James Cameron, is the other one that is in this league. Now, this movie is one of my most favorite movies of all time. It is a classic for an absolute reason. Made in 1991. This movie is now 26 years old. I really can't believe that at all. Also, while we're just on the subject of pissing down rainstorms, there's one going on outside right now. Thunder's starting to roll in. It's pretty heavy. Sitting on the window. I really can't do anything about that. I'm going to Star Wars tonight. I've just finished this movie now. I need to get this review up. So bear with me while I have a little bit of atmosphere in the background, I guess. I like a rainy day, but I've got to go out on that though. That's please stop. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. Terminator 2 is one of my favourite movies ever. James Cameron is one of my most favourite directors ever, with the Titanics and the Avatars and the Aliens and the Terminators. This guy knows how to craft an amazing movie. I don't really need to go over the plot too much. We all pretty much know it by now. What I love so much about this episode in the series franchise, 1 and 2 are the best ones, is it's so beautiful in its simplicity and brilliant in its execution. And that's all you need. Every subsequent sequel from here on out, 3, 4, 5, 6, man, there's a scene in this movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger says goodbye to Edward Furlong and Linda Hamilton as he's being lowered into the molten steel. And that's pretty much the series saying goodbye to good Terminator sequels. Unfortunately, look, they're hit and miss. To a certain degree, they are entertaining, but not quite to the caliber of what Terminator and Terminator 2 bring to the table. This one is just absolutely fantastic. The 4K HDR version is why we're here. Yeah, this looks absolutely fantastic. It's a gorgeous transfer of the disc. But my gripe is this. It's the theatrical cut, not the special edition. The special edition Blu-ray disc is in this, but the 4K HDR disc is the theatrical cut. With James Cameron movies, when he makes these movies and then makes a special edition, once you see the special edition, it's really hard to go back to the theatrical, because he puts so much more into the director's cut and kind of really opens up the story, and some amazing scenes are inserted back in. So when you watch it again as a theatrical cut, and those scenes that you really enjoy are missing, you really do notice it. Like, for instance, the Sarah Connor dream sequence where Kyle comes back to talk to her about what she needs to do, boosting her morale back up. Nice little cameo by Michael Biehn. It's gone. So just those little touches that are flourished all the way through the director's cuts are missing from the theatrical HDR 4K version, which really sucks. But anyway, it's still gorgeous, and it's been a long time since I saw the theatrical version, so it was nice to revisit. Although I do much prefer the director's cut, the special edition. And also there was the 3D version of this movie, which is once again not included in the 4K cut. I mean, there's a 3D version. I don't know if it's any good or not, but it would be nice if they just released these 3D 4K movies together in one bundle, so you don't gotta goddamn double dip. I've already double dipped picking this up on 4K. I love the movie, that's why I did it. It was my decision. But given the choice between 4K and 3D, I went 4K, but it would be nice if the 3D version was in this. Rant over. So the transfer is beautiful. One of the things I love about James Cameron's style in his movies is they do kind of have this kind of like a blue tinge to most of his movies. If you're a fan of James Cameron, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's kind of, I don't know what he does, but the cinematography is beautiful, the photography is beautiful, and it's so crisp and clear. I mean, these movies look amazing already without being updated to 4K. They're stunning looking films. But with the 4K edition, he has, for some reason, changed that blue tinge, which I love, into like a greenish tinge. So there's now like a green hue across the film, and it was really strange because having seen this, I'm so familiar with this movie, man. I've seen this movie a lot, like a lot of times. Like I saw it at the theatre when it was released in '91, and the VHS come out and the DVD and the Blu-ray. So I've had this movie a few times and I love it to death. It's, like I said, one of my favourites. So being so familiar with this movie, with this blue tinge and how it looks, seeing it in this format with a greenish hue, I know I'm nitpicking, it's just kind of weird though. Still gorgeous, but yeah, it was just kind of like, oh, why would you do that? James, I like your blue stuff, you know? Anyway, the HDR, fantastic. This is an eye-popping, visually stunning movie. The 4K HDR resolution, this movie's never looked better. The... love thunder. The HDR really pops, specifically in the ending scenes where they're in the steelworks, the smelting factory, when there's lots of fire and glowing yellow scenes contrasting with blue hues from other areas of the shots, and it just pops off the screen. Arnold Schwarzenegger looks so young and vibrant in this movie. Wow. Don't be a blackout. And it looks fantastic, honestly. So if you do want to do the double dip, yeah. If you're a purist and you only want to watch the extended cut and you don't want to go back to the theatrical cut, then there's no real reason why you need to pick up the 4K version. But if you're like me and you just want to get your hands on all the latest and greatest, it does look fantastic. It's a good looking flick and it looks fantastic in 4K HDR, and the sound was phenomenal. Anyway, guys, I gotta get ready to go see Star Wars: The Last Jedi before the power goes out and the front lawn is flooded. I've got to get out of here and go to the city. But that's my review of Terminator 2 Judgment Day 4K HDR. Is it worth the pickup? Hell yes, unless you're a purist and don't want to double dip and waste money on just a theatrical version if you've already got the Blu-ray extended cut. Anyway, guys, thank you for checking out my channel. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Yep. I'm going out in that.